la ciencia.
Good! Cuts it back!
Call me Fresh Prince of Mob. Matter of fact, call me Fresh Prince to God. You know when we pull up, it's push to start. Now we ain't rent the car. Start like my daddy, you know it's been that way since I was young. I been a star. Lil' mama in love, wanna get involved. I think she just lost in the drip, the sauce. Call me Fresh Prince of Mob. Matter of fact, call me Fresh Prince to God. You know when we pull up, it's push to start. Now we ain't rent the car. Start like my daddy, you know it's been that way since I was young. I been a star. Lil' mama in love, wanna get involved. I think she just lost in the drip, the sauce. Call me Fresh Prince, iceberg on my necklace, Probably got your girl on my checklist, Gotta stack it up like Tetris, Pinky ring, look like I won a Super Bowl. I'm feeling like Patrick Mahomes. I'ma need lowercase on everything, on the way I'ma cap in my song. Call me Fresh Prince of Mob. Matter of fact, call me Fresh Prince to God.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Fresh Prince Mom. I'm back at it again with another one. Now, this is, I don't know what category this falls under. It's not really a vlog. It's not really a reaction. It's more, story time. We're just gonna call it a story time, alright? So, this is a story time on why I started YouTube, alright? Now, to answer, I've gotten this question so many times. Even now, when people ask me, like when my adults or family members ask what I do, I say that it's more or less basically I'm taking a year off or something like that. But the thing is, the reason why I started YouTube, like, it dates back to my freshman year. So check it. Like 8th grade going into my freshman year, all I knew was football. All I loved was football. Football was my one and only. Y'all can even go back to what my mom said, like in that graduation video. She said, I only stayed in school because of football. She's not wrong. If I didn't have football, I'm not going to say I would have dropped out, but I probably wouldn't have graduated. Not even probably, most likely wouldn't have graduated. Football was the thing that kept me motivated. It kept me happy, kept me, like, because I could stay on a schedule in football. I was like, okay, I can stay on this schedule in school because it attaches to football. You know? But here it is, since I only love football, I never liked school. I swear to, like, you could give me $1 million. Honestly, that was one motivation. Like, Pops even said, hey, Christian, if you get all B's, it was like B's and C's, then I'll buy you a car. I ain't gonna cap, I couldn't do it. Like, it just wasn't in my nature, you know? Like, school for me was like, it was just my kryptonite, because I never felt like cool at school. I just never had that feeling everybody else get, like when they learn it, like they actually feeling like they learning something. I never felt that, you know. So what's it called? So my freshman year, basically, I'm thinking in my head, oh shoot, I'm finna start varsity, I'm finna do all this, all that, I'm finna get offers, all this, like. And honestly, like, I still believe, like, I kept that energy throughout all my time there, but at the same time, like, my freshman year, it was like a bit of a wake-up call, because I was only, like, at first I was only used to playing with, like, people that was in my grade, or, like, probably a year in front or behind me, you know? But then high school came, and then, like, basically, if I'm a freshman, I'm basically playing, like, if I'm a freshman, I'm playing on Friday nights. I'm playing against people that are 3 years ahead of me, have 3 more years of knowledge on me, have 3 more years of muscle, basically got 3 more years of experience instead of me. Alright, so here it is, that year, like, I still did my thing. I did the best that I could. I played as hard as I could. I did everything to basically get myself where I am now. Like, my freshman year was really like my freshman year let me know that I could work hard for anything, you know? But at the same time, I saw, like, I faced reality, I faced facts. The facts was, at the moment, I was like 5'3". I was 5'3", 120. Yeah, I was short and scrawny as hell, you know? So by the end of that year, I put on, like, a good amount of muscle, though. So I was like, I ended up finishing out that year 5'4", 130, 135, something like that. But here it is. I realized, okay, it's gonna be a minute till I get on varsity. I'm still gonna work as hard as I can, and I did that. Like, honestly, there was no way I could have made it in varsity. Like, outside of special teams, there was no way I could have made it inside of varsity. Like, besides the route I took, you know. I didn't want to switch schools or nothing like that. But while I was doing all that, here it is. I reflected. I was like, okay, Christian, like, this is harder than you thought. And I'm not even talking about football. I was talking about school, because I was thinking, okay, all I'm going to do is just have to maintain. And it wasn't even that easy, because here it is. Like, it's literally how it sounds. Like, it's literally like how people will put it together. You know, like, oh, it's school. So that means I got one assignment from this class. I got one assignment from this class, 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 and then the other three is just like there. Like, they just in the air. You know? So here it is. I was like, okay. Like, I can't really just get there based off of football. You know? It's like my mind, oh shoot, I'm gonna make it to the league, I'm going to go to Notre Dame, I'm only gonna go there for like 1 year, and then I'm gonna try to just get into the league early. I had big dreams. Like, I didn't give a fuck if I was 5'4" or nothing. Like, I had big ass fucking dreams, and I still kept them dreams. You know? And then but at the end of my freshman year, I was like, I really, cause I was just drained. Like, it was terrible. Like, I had failed 2 classes, I think. Like, there were classes that didn't count against me, but I had failed 2 classes. Besides that, I barely passed everything else. On top of that, here it is, like, I was basically just taking my average football route, which was freshman, JV, all that. Like, I was thinking in my head, like, okay, football may not be how I make it to the top, you know? Like, I still love football to this day. I still play it to this day. Like, here it is. Football to me is like chess. Like, I could play football like that easily. You know, not even just not even just Madden. I'm talking about like real life football. Like, you say, hey Christian, let's go outside, let's play. I'm there. I got my cleats on my bin right now. I'm like there on the ready. But basically after my basically after my freshman year, I was like, okay, I don't want to go to college. I just don't want to go to college. You know? I knew it in my mind. I was like, I can't go to college. Because here it is, if I go to college, it's going to be a waste for me. You know? So my sophomore year, I had to reflect. I had to really think. Now, I'm also going to tell y'all something. This whole entire time, I'm inside of like my own little bubble. Because here it is, like, I wasn't no type of character like I am now. Like, before, if you told me, hey, Christian, go talk to that person right there. It could be any person. It could be a dude, woman. I wouldn't talk to him just because I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just, like, I'll be shivering up. See, now, I could have a conversation with a blind, deaf, and mute person about, I don't know, about a rap album. Like, literally, I'm like the most socialist person now, so that's a blessing all in itself. But my sophomore year, I really did nothing, you know. I still played football. I still balled out as much as I could, as always. But at the same time, I was still more or less like in my bubble, and I was still thinking like, what am I gonna do after school? You know? Like, here it is. I knew I wanted to make serious money. I didn't want to just like leave out of school and go to some average everyday job. You know? So I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? You know? And at the moment too, my pops was an entrepreneur. He actually started the company now, and like he actually gave me a bunch of insight on like what it's like to be an entrepreneur, because I did think about that. You know? And at the moment, I'm currently pursuing that, but here it is. At the moment, I was still like, I don't know, I want to do something else. I want to try something else. You know? I had a bunch of people inside my school. They was trying to be nice little YouTubers, all that. And then, like, here it is. I was like, I feel like they're doing it better. But I'm not going to speak on that. junior, but like here it is the whole entire time. Like my dad, he didn't really influence me at all. Like he didn't really he didn't pick at me or poke at me. It was more or less my mom that really got on me about it, because she was like, Christian, you 16 and you don't know what you're gonna do after school. You need to get something together. Like, come on now. And like, the thing is, she kept on picking at it. And even to this day now, she still says, Christian, why don't you just go to the military or the Marines or something like that? The only problem with that is, and I'm not gonna try to influence anybody else, only problem with going to the Marines is you don't know what you're fighting for. You know, basically, all the government is like people inside of big spots beefing with other people, but instead of them like running their one-on-ones, they just send us out there. Think about it. That's really what it is. Like, if Donald Trump only could take if our president only had to like fight wars with one-on-ones, motherfucking Donald Trump would have been like fucked up easily. Like no cap, like Donald Trump would have been easily. I'm just saying, like, but nah, I was like, nah, I don't trust the government like that. I don't trust the military like that. So I'm not gonna do that route. I'm straight. I'm cool. Alright. Then here it is, like, in the process of like my mom yapping in my ear and me just doing football, like I found out I had a huge love for art, and I still do got that love for art to this day. That's why I really wanted to start all this clothing brand stuff, like, cause here it is. At this point, I'm a fashion geek, and like I just love art altogether. I actually got one of my books right here. And I'll just show you a couple things that I started on, or maybe whatchamacallit. So like, there you go. I need this to focus in real quick. So like, basically, like, I love like cartoony type stuff. So here it is. In between, like, with that art, like, when I started to figure out, like, okay, I could really start to do art. I wanted to start a clothing brand. Now, at the same time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna chill out, not really jump into it real quick. Then I met this one dude, Nick Pickett. Real cool dude. Love this guy. He played football with me. He was 2 years older than me. No, he was a year older than me. He was a year older than me. Then he was like he gave me the inspiration. Like, he said, Christian, honestly, you got all these crazy good like designs and drawings and all this and all that. Like, why don't you like start a clothing brand? I was like, well, you're right. And then he pitched the idea, and he started a clothing. Like, we basically started a clothing brand. I had a t-shirt machine at the time. So I was like, all right, cool, let's get it. Now, the only problem I had, I didn't really have a problem with him. Like, the thing is, though, like, when we got into it, he was like, hey, just send me your ideas. And then once I started sending him my ideas, then it was more or less like he had his own vision, and that's the hardest thing ever. Like, if you ever trying to like design something with somebody and you have your vision, like you're trying to use your vision, but somebody else has a complete polar opposite vision, it's a block there. Like, it's such a huge block that it messes with you. So here it is, like, I'm drawing out all these designs, all these nice designs. Like, they still, like, he still says, like, hey, they still look good, but I think we should try to take this route. And I'm like, I don't know how to go this route. So then I ended up splitting from that. By this time, I want to say I'm a junior, something like that. Alright, so here it is, I'm a junior. I ended up saying, like, I ended up developing a new personality, new view on life, just because out of nowhere, my head was like, no, you need to just, like, Christian, get your shit together. Like, come on now. Like, in my mind, I was like, shoot, if I die today, I'll be cool. You know, I wasn't depressed, I wasn't suicidal or nothing like that. In my head, though, I was literally like, man, like, here it is, we can die any day. But, like, the thing is, one day I was like, yeah, we can die any day, but at the same time, like, I want to die happy. So no matter what, I'm gonna try to make myself happy every day. It doesn't matter what it is. The simplest things will make me happy. You know, the big things like make me above happy. Like, but whatchamacallit. So here it is. Like, I got a new view on life. I got happier. Basically, I felt like Money Mayweather. Like, let me tell you, you know, met a female. Ugh, wish I never met a female. Like, she was a great girl and all, but here it is. Like, we really fell off because here it is. She was an anchor to me, you know. When I woke up and I was like, yeah, she's an anchor. I might do a story time on that relationship. I really might. 50-50. We'll think about it. All right, but look. So here it is. Like, by this point, here it is. I went to Houston. I just went to Houston my first time. It was during the summer, and like I fell in love with it. Like, I was like this motherfucker's big. Like, a lot of y'all ain't been to Indiana or like have or whatever, but Indiana is, the weather is terrible and it's just small, you know. So like, I lived inside of South Bend for about 8 years. Then I moved down to Indianapolis for another 9 or 10. Oh yeah, for 10. And when I was in South Bend, everybody knew my name. Oof, my goodness. I don't know what the heck. This is like been acting. But like, when I moved to, like, when I lived inside of South Bend, everybody knew my name. They could trace down my whole entire family origin just off my name and who I was related to. So like, literally, it would go, oh, you Christian, right? Yeah, Christian Thomas. Oh, you Floyd's son. So that means, you know, John, Lucy, and all them, and Joey. Like, oh, that means you also Kawana baby. So that means you a part of this, like, you a part of both family and all this and all that. I'm like, yeah. They started naming all family members I don't even know. And then it got funny because they would tell me stories that I'm like, whoa, like, what's up with my family? Cause like apparently there's a story about my granddad hitting his brother in the leg with an axe or something like that. And I was like, I didn't know how to react to it. I was in the barbershop. I was just getting a haircut. He was like, yeah, your granddad, he was a crazy dude. He ended up hitting his brother with an axe that one day. I'm like, it's, but here it is. Altogether, Indiana is small. Like, it's so small that, like, literally, if you wanted to just go from one district to another district, it would be easy like that. Like, on top of that, downtown, it wasn't even 30 minutes, like, it wasn't even 20 minutes away. It was like 15 to 20. Like, 15 to 20, something around there, you know? But when I went to Texas, I was like, oh, fuck, it's big here, you know? Like, literally, my whole entire perception changed. Like, once I saw Texas, I was like, okay, I want to be here, you know? Because Pops, he was starting some business down here. We had looked at houses, all this other stuff. And I was like, hell yeah, let me come. Like, set me up. You know, so I ended up coming down here. Well, before that, basically, to ease my mom, like, getting on my nerves. Because, oh yeah, here's another thing too. I had a I still do have the scholarship. It's a scholarship to basically where I get a free, I get free college anywhere in Indiana. So to ease my mom's sorrow, I basically said, oh yeah, I'll take a year off. No, I'm just taking a year off. I most likely still might go to college. On top of that, I still had some colleges that wanted me to play football for them. You know, I don't even think they were D3. They were just like low-ranked schools. But here it is. I basically, in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm gonna move down to Texas. I'm gonna start on my clothing brand stuff, but I'm gonna do it right, you know. And then Pops was like, Christian, why don't you start a YouTube? I was like, well, I don't know. Like, he broke it down for me. And then I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, he was saying, like, you got a personality. You got the swag for it. You got the drip. You got the smile for it. Look. But, like, you got basically everything you need for it. On top of that, I can help you out with whatever else you need. So why don't you do it? And I was like, no, you're right. I'm going to give it a try. So here it is. I made a few videos. Now, this is on a separate account. I made some videos on a separate account. I kept on sending them to him. And basically, it was just like little pranks and stuff. Like, basically, easy content to not get his attention, but more or less to show him what I could do. You know? So, there's actually a couple videos that I wanted to be on this channel. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to drop one. I'm going to drop one video next on this real good one that I had. Alright, so here it is. Like, I showed him all of those, and he was like, Christian, honestly, you're gonna be a star. You know, at the moment, since we got all this COVID stuff down in Texas, it's kind of like blocking me from doing a whole lot. And then everybody in the tube house is usually moving around doing something else, so it's hard to like link with people, do challenges, or get them in one spot to do a prank. Yeah, that's the real irritating part. Cause here it is. It's either nobody's in the house, or they'll walk right past my prank and won't like it's. We gonna stick and move off that. All right, I'm gonna figure something out. God is good. God is great. You know. And everybody in the tube house is gonna get their date. It's that simple. But so here it is. Basically, I got the okay from Pops. Was like, hey, like, I got connects. Like, I can put you in the tube house. You serious? Because here it is. Like, really, right now, the purpose of me being inside the tube house is just because I'm learning. You know, like me being around these people is just me learning. You know how to, like, even right now, my thumbnails ain't all that. My captions and stuff ain't all that. But I'm learning off of them. I'm learning how to get like better energy than what I got right now. Cause I realized that I'm cool as fuck. Like literally, I could talk like this all day. Like it's like this is just my energy. So like when I say, "What's good, y'all?" Like that's all the energy I got. Like I don't like being loud. I'm like a real mellow, easy person. That's simple. All right. But either way, what really made me, like, here it is. Before I decided to move down here, it was in between the time that I had just went to Texas and the time that I made the decision. What I really thought to myself was, Christian, inside of Indiana, like, inside of South Bend, there's not a million people, you know? There's not a million people in South Bend. There's there's about 1 million in Indiana. You know, 1 million, probably a little bit more, a little bit less, whatever. Like in Indianapolis, there's a little bit more, a little bit less. You know? But in Texas, man, it's big. It's bright. Like, so here it is to say it easy. Like, if I wanted to go back to South Bend, I wouldn't have made $1 million. If I stayed in Indianapolis, I may have been like $500,000, $750,000, something like that. But here, I know for sure that I can do anything, you know? And like that was just the one thing that I really looked for. So like everybody else that's like leaving Indiana, I'm like, bro, this is like the best thing that we can do, because if we stay here, then it's just like we're only staying where we know. Me, I jumped out of my comfort zone. I left my mom, I left uncles, aunties, cousins, brothers, well, just my one older brother. Too many friends to count. Like, even right now, I know they still hit my phone trying to like see if I can hop on the game or something like that. But like the reason why I got here, like when I came here, like I was homesick in the mug. Like here it is, like it hit me. Like damn, I really left everybody. You know, so like really, like it was just the purpose of if I stayed in Indiana, first off, I knew I would have been trapped. If I came here, I knew I would have been feeling more free. And then the thing that really like drove me to YouTube was this one simple fact. You know, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. If here it is, I would have went to school. If I would have went to college, don't get me wrong, I would have learned everything that's above this line. I wouldn't have learned anything, alright? My last year of successful learning, 8th grade. Hands down. My last successful year of successful learning. Actually, no, my freshman year. I'll give them that. My freshman year is my last year of successful learning. After that, the whole entire purpose of high school for me was to just get through it. I got through it. I got a diploma the easiest way possible. Like, not only that, like, here it is. I would walk into classes, put in my earbuds, and wouldn't do anything the whole entire day. And then I'll just talk to the person next to me, and like they would help me out with the work, or they would just give me the answers. I had 2 tutors at one point. 2 tutors. Like, literally at that point, I was like, bro, like, my mom made me get the tutors. We know how irritating it was to try to like explain to them what I don't know, and what I don't know is the main part of the whole entire homework. It's confusing, but like at some point in high school, I was like, I don't know anything. Like I can't even tell you what I learned this year. I didn't learn shit. Actually, no, that's a lot. I did learn the worst thing to say after sex is whoa. We're gonna do a story time on that. That's gonna be a good one. Tune in. But here it is. I didn't learn anything from high school really, except street knowledge. You know? So like so for me to say, let me go to college. If I would have went to college, I would have wasted my time, I would have wasted my money, I would have wasted my brain knowledge, I would have wasted everything. Versus me coming here, me learning from people who are making an honest living out of this, and me personally, me trying to make an honest living out of this is gonna connect me to me, this is gonna connect me to doing everything else I want to do, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, I love communicating with y'all, I love talking to y'all, I love, like, making stuff that y'all, like, real entertained with, but at the same time, more or less, like, I still got, like, other hope, like, I still got other dreams, you know? Like, this one right here is my biggest dream. Like, this is gonna be my heart and soul at one point, you know? I may even just give this channel to my little brother, just so here it is, he can like make it more about like the Thomas family. Actually, no, I could do the Thomas family channel. Just wait on that one. But all around, like, the reason why I started YouTube was because if I would have went back to school, then I wouldn't have been me. Like, I would have been what society wanted me to be, you know? Society wants you to go to school. Society wants you to do this. Society wants you to do that. Thing is, society doesn't really know what the fuck I want to do. You know, I want to be successful. This is basically my way. Alright? So this is ground zero for me, step 1. Alright, now, without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, stay breezy, take it easy. Honestly, everybody, I'm not saying don't go to college, but really think about it, really think about who you are as a person and what makes you happy, alright? It's your boy Fresh Prince Mar. I'm out.